Shalom. This week's Torah portion is Sedra Vayetizeh. The Torah portion starts off with a challenging incident. Almost like an encrypted program, a Mishnah in Pirkei Avos provides a key to understanding the episode. At the start of this week's Sedra, God wrote, Yaakov left Beersheba and he went to Haran. He arrived at the place and lodged there because the sun had set. And he took some of the stones of the place and placed them under his head. He lay down in that place. And he dreamed a ladder set up on the ground, and its top reached all the way to heaven. The angels of God were ascending and descending upon it. God was standing over him. And he said, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham, your father, and the God of Yitzchak. The land upon which you are lying I will give to you and your seed. And Yaakov awakened from his sleep, and he said, Indeed, the Lord is in this place, and I did not know. While our scholars have debated the meaning behind Yaakov's dream and the ladder, the angels and God's message, Yaakov's ignorance of God's presence is challenging. More than the question of how could Yaakov not know about God's presence is the question of how could God be in any one place. If in fact God could be in a place, how is man supposed to know about it? A teaching of Rabbi Chalafta ben Dosa of Kfar Chanina found in Pirkei Avos helps us understand. He stated, if 10 men sit together and occupy themselves with the Torah, the divine presence rests among them. As it is written, God has taken his place in the divine council. And where do we know, the Mishnah continues, that this applies even to 5 people? Because it says, and found his fault upon the earth. And how do we learn that it applies even if 3 people are sitting? Because it's written, because it's written, in the midst of gods he holds judgment. And from where can it be shown that the same applies even if it's only 2 people? Because the verse says, then those who revered the Lord spoke with one another. The Lord took note and listened. And where do we know if it's even just one person? Because it is written, in every place that I cause my name to be remembered, I will come and bless you. Rabbi Chalafta ben Dosa was teaching that any time that there is Torah study, meaning a serious quest to understand God, one can be assured that the divine presence rests within them. This is so because the divine presence rests in a time and place where God could be understood. Torah study is the primary expression of such a time and place. Yaakov was able to perceive God before his dream because there was no quest to understand God. It was only through a prophetic dream that God could be perceived. God isn't physical, and therefore he doesn't take up space. Man is on a constant quest to see God. Most skeptics of God's existence take his lack of image and mass as a proof as to why he simply doesn't exist. Yet in truth, man can find God within himself by studying God's creation in his Torah. By coming to understand and to know God, we begin to understand that God exists and his truth and the reality. Shabbat Shalom.